I've lost my train of thought. I do this a lot.
I'm sorry,
Jonathan, you cut off the homie.
Bro.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
We are now recording the Art podcast. I'm a co-host, Fewocious. The other co-host is...
Jonathan Wolfe. Let's go.
And we're with the lovely, amazing, most handsome today, Odious. Wow.
I'm so excited to be here, guys. It's been a long time coming. Our podcast, you know. This is going to be world famous one day.
Thank you, man. What
Dude.
the hell?
Yeah.
Honor. How you been, man? We haven't talked in a while.
You say it well. I was speaking to you yesterday.
Well, talked in the flesh. I haven't seen your beautiful face. Man, you come on my podcast and you flame me. What's up with that?
No, I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, no, I've been good. I've been busy. I've been stressing, but a good stress. I think I took a few days break. It was my brother's birthday. Not yesterday, day before. He loved it, and I've just been enjoying life. You know, enjoying life.
What's been your favorite thing, like, to help yourself from like being so stressed out?
Just taking a step back, taking it all in, not being on on Twitter 24/7, because that's what I do. I'm making art, I'm listening to podcasts, I'm on Twitter, I'm making art, listening to podcasts on Twitter, listening to music, back on Twitter, close the Twitter tab, go back on the Twitter tab. Yeah. I think I've got an addiction. Man. Yeah.
Do you have your screen time on?
What's that?
Oh, do you have an iPhone?
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you can turn it on or off, but you can tell like how long you've been on certain apps, and it's embarrassing, man. Like I can't even look at it.
Yeah, I don't want to check that. I think like half my life's on Twitter.
Yeah,
it's so bad too. Because when I'm not on Twitter, I'm like, damn, I'm missing out.
Yeah.
But then when I'm on Twitter, I'm like, dang, I need to go make art.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. Are you really missing out though? Like to an extent, yeah. Like stuff is going on, but like. It's going on Twitter, you know, like on the internet. Like you're missing out on real life too, you know. So gotta have a balance of that.
That is true. I mean, I definitely feel like that will slow down once I get my own place. Like I've just set in my head that I'm just gonna live like this until we move out, and then when we move, it's all gonna change. Make our own meals, you know, chill.
We have a very similar lives right now. We both both are stressing over a certain drop coming up. We got our own little drop. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm excited for yours anyway. Just
thanks, man. April 29th. Be there.
Yeah, let's go.
Nifty Gateway.
He can plug because it's his own podcast. All right. Yeah, so May the 4th. Originally, it was going to be May the 6th.
Wait, on Nifty Gateway.
Oh yeah, yes. On Nifty Gateway. Yeah, May the 4th, Nifty Gateway. So I have a family friend. His name's Jason, and he's good friends with my dad. And he's lived quite a life. He's climbed Mount Everest. He's done these like tasks where you've got to hold your hand on the car for the longest, and you win the car. He's got like quite a crazy life story. And he has a lot of collectibles because of his job. Back in the day, he was a website. What's it called?
He did like SEO.
That's it, website SEO. Right. Yeah, and he's really good at his job. And he was doing this website for a client, and he actually managed to knock off Star Wars off the #1 spot on Google. And so they reached out and they ended up working together. He met the team. He met John Mollo. He met David Prowse, and they became really good friends.
Wait, I'm a little bit confused. So what did he do to knock Star Wars off of the top of Google?
Yeah, so he's an SOE website builder. So like he'll make a website for a client, and he knows like tips and tricks to like get yourself high up on Google.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he managed to knock off Star Wars, and then he met the team.
So
and,
they saw that and they were like, "Hey, man, that's cool."
Yeah, they were like, "Yo, we kind of need you. Like that's pretty crazy that you've knocked us off." Yeah. So met the team, and then started speaking to David Prowse, the actor that played Darth Vader. I'm not actually sure if I'm allowed to say that. The actor that played one of the best villains in all of movie history. Yeah, I think that's what I can say. I've got to be careful what I say. Yeah, and so as a gift for like his services and everything, David Prowse gave Jason a bronze hand cast of himself. So he's been holding this for 17 years. It's a massive like bronze hand cast from David Prowse.
Wow.
And we're going to be auctioning that as the one of one on Nifty Gateway. So the winner will receive the physical as well. It's the only one in the world. And I'm going to be doing the assets surrounding this drop.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. So it's pretty exciting.
That's really interesting to do. Like, it's like a physical, but it's not like you have a character like my little JW people, and then I get a vinyl figure that they give, right? It's like a standalone collectible. Like that's really interesting. You don't see that a lot.
Yeah, I think it'll be the first like high valuable collectible to be like dropped in the NFT space. So that's pretty interesting.
So you keep going.
Yeah, so the value from the collectibles there, but also the value from the artist. So combining those, it's going to be pretty interesting.
How have you found that process of combining like your style with all that?
Yeah, it's actually been pretty difficult because it's an unofficial Star Wars project. We have tried to
the S word.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We can just bleep that out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll check with Jason after this to see if you need to bleep that out or not. It's been pretty difficult because I've got to think of Star Wars concepts that also relate to like how I feel, but also not using Star Wars IP. So I have to appeal to the Star Wars fans, appeal to my fans, and then create something that doesn't use Star Wars IP. Yeah,
and create something that's like personal to you in your style as well. You know, like you have like 4 really strict parameters there, and I think I saw one of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think you're doing a really good job at that because I don't want to say the S word, but it has like sci-fi feels to it, like, you know?
Yeah.
Space conflict wars. Or no, not wars. Don't cut that one out. Space conflict vibes.
Space conflicts.
But it's still very your style. And I think that's a really tough challenge, but I think you're doing a good job.
Yeah, because I don't want to change my style to fit the theme. You know, I want to be me, and I want to sort of like whatever project I'm doing, I want to wrap that around my style.
Totally.
But yeah, so it's been difficult, but I'm getting there. I've made like 5 pieces now. I'm scrapping 4 of them. The one I showed you yesterday, I think I'll probably keep that.
Yeah.
I started working on another one last night. And I'm really happy with how it's coming out so far.
Nice.
It's like little Easter eggs, but it's not enough to have a lawsuit.
Dude, it's so exciting to see you experiment with color and just more of a free style, because you're right. We were talking earlier. Your art was super neat. I'd be like, damn.
Yeah.
So it's exciting to see you let go and put tons of colors and just do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of that was actually inspired by yourself, Fiwa. Just the idea of letting go and just the travel time between your thoughts and the canvas, and you just cut that in half. And I feel like that's helped me create such a raw emotion in my work. And you're looking at your work has given me a lot of inspiration for that.
Thank you so much. Do you think working like that has helped your mental health in any way?
Yeah, for sure. Because I'm no longer thinking, oh, should I do this? And then getting caught up on that. I'm just like, I think it, I put it down. Even if I think about something and I'm like, why am I thinking this? This doesn't relate to the piece. I put it down because I must have been thinking it at some point, or why am I thinking it? Right. So there's a connection, like a subconscious connection there somewhere. So I'm just like, that's going on the canvas.
Yeah, man. I mean, you go, JW.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I think what you said about like cutting the distance between like your idea and the canvas, like that's such a great way to put it. Because all my like really, like the really simple drawings, like their first try, I don't erase stuff usually. I don't overthink it. And they come off hopefully as like not overthought. Like that's my main process. It's just like simple fun. And yeah, when you force yourself to do that, your art totally changes. So that's really cool that you've like noticed that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I really like your blocky style. I mean, I like all your work, but yeah, lately that's been like on my mind because I spoke to you about this before, but it makes me, when I look at your piece, it's so fun, it's so vibrant, so like, what's the word? It just makes me think of a younger me. And younger me was probably my most vulnerable state. So going back to that time and then having these feelings, but thinking of myself as a younger me, it's like, it's almost like you're changing my past. It's nice. It's a nice feeling.
That's beautiful, man. Thank you.
Odious, I notice a lot of your art is about childhood or growing up. Yeah. And I relate a lot to it. Like my art is also like that.
Yeah.
And I want to know, like, what made you start with that theme?
I don't know. I feel like that was just the darkest time of my life. So it's really easy to just like pull it straight out of my head and put it on the canvas. That meme drop that I did recently, there was one where I said, they say photographs last longer. They were wrong. And I relate to that because, the memories are so vivid because of like wasn't I guess you could say traumatizing, but because of how traumatizing it was, it's like a photo in my brain. I can just jump back to that day anytime, or those moments. Yeah,
I understand.
Yeah, I think something that stood out to me when we were talking about the fabricated fairy tales Nifty drop was like for us, like a Nifty drop is so big, like top of the line, like
huge,
and like it's a huge honor to be working with them. Yep. And we're all about the same age, right? So we're kind of in this period where it's like childhood, teenager, full-time artist, like from that period of like teenager to adult.
Yeah.
That's why I've been working with the theme a lot more, but seeing you work with it was definitely an inspiration for sure. Cause yeah, we're in a weird period where it's like, we're becoming adults and like moving out and doing this full time. Like it kind of relates to all of us really perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's really weird, isn't it? We're growing up in such a weird time. I'm enjoying every moment, but it's nothing that I've ever experienced before.
Yeah.
And, I didn't think it was going to come this quick.
Yeah, I didn't either. And I've been, you said you got into art like maybe 2 years ago? Or personal art?
I mean, ever since I was young, my mum said that I was like quite a good artist, like just coloring in like a duck when I was like 3 years old or something, like perfect. She always brings that story up. So I've always had that like artistic bone, I think, and I've always felt like I was a little more creative, which probably held me back in school, just because it's not so like it's not like it's so, school's like very narrow in my opinion. You're set certain goals and you're taught certain things. You're not really allowed to expand out of that box. And I feel like as a creative, you need to expand that box. Yeah, I can't remember the question. Can you repeat it?
Well, I think it would be interesting to talk about the.
Sorry. You got a little lag again, my bad.
I think it would be interesting to talk about how you talked about doing graphics and stuff before personal art. So where did, besides drawings when you were a little kid, where did that first graphics, Photoshop, all that start?
Well, yeah, back in probably when I was 11 years old, because of the whole, I didn't think school was for me. I wanted to have a cushion, a bounce back, if you will. So I started like editing YouTube videos of like Call of Duty montages and stuff. Yeah, and then I met some people through that needed like banners and different, just different like flyers and stuff. And so I started doing graphic design. I was like, oh, I could maybe earn like $10 here. That'd be amazing. I can get like, you know, like a pack of sweets or something and a drink. I don't have to ask my mum for it, you know. So, yeah. So it started with editing, moved on to graphic design. Did graphic design for 4 years. That was straight out of college. Built up like I'd say financial freedom through that over the 4 years, and then like just one day it was just like, I don't know, it all became too much. Like the dream I once had was being a graphic designer and like top graphic designer, chilling, you know, just living my life. But then all of a sudden that changed, and I was like, the dream that I once had is like slowly starting to fade. Like I didn't want that dream anymore. Yeah, and so I started making art. I started taking those thoughts, those everyday thoughts that bundled up in my head, and throwing them onto the canvas, putting them onto Twitter. Wasn't expecting to be where I am, and people just managed to relate to the work that I put out. And I think I got a lucky break with this crypto boom as well.
Yeah, really good timing.
Yeah, it's almost like I started art, I gained the following, and then crypto art came in. I was interested in that. I was intrigued, and then I just took a leap, stopped doing my graphic design, focused on making art, and we're here now. We are here now.
What a crazy journey, man.
Yeah.
What was that like when you were doing freelance stuff? And then you're like, oh, I actually don't like this anymore. My dream.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like, I think it was just dealing with clients and thinking there's so much more out there for me. Like I would do like a pack of emotes, which are like these little things for like Twitch streamers.
Right.
And yeah, I would charge like, I don't know, $20 for one emote, for like 5 emotes. So I'd be working on that all day, every day, pretty much, just to pay rent. And then I was just like, I want to have more freedom. I want to be able to work for myself rather than work for my clients.
Right.
Well, yeah, like I want to be me. I want to create my own story. I don't want to live my client's story or help them live theirs. Yeah, just a sudden realization, really.
Right. Why were you drawn towards like client work to begin with?
Just the idea of making money for myself, being independent.
To buy sweets.
To buy sweets, yeah. Like I had to stock up on my sweets every week, yeah.
So when you took the leap from freelance to just starting, the first personal piece you've made, how did you start? Like what style did?
Yeah.
Because your work used to be really clean, but what made you start like that?
I don't know, in all honesty. I really liked Cadone's work. I joined, I had Twitter with my previous account, and I watched these big artists, and Cadone was one of them. And that's sort of where like the idea of clean storytelling art, but quite minimal, came from. And then, I like the idea of having a character that represented me. I could look at that, look back on these pieces in the future and just be like, I remember that situation, and like what it felt like in the moment to make that. And I don't know, that's just such a cool feeling, in my opinion. Like I can look at that, it's me and my girlfriend, and then someone else can look at that and they can replace the two characters with the people in their lives. I like to say that I'm the architect for your story, so I'll create the scene, I'll create the art piece, and then you guys just gotta live it.
Right. It's been really interesting to see your style progress, and I think that's going to help you out so much. Like, you've been kind of doing your own thing for like a year now, maybe 2 years now, right?
Yeah, I'd say. Well, I joined. I started making art back in, I think it was June, or I think it was July last year.
Wow.
Yeah. So just under a year, I think.
Right. Wow. But yeah, I think people getting into it, they'll find something that works, and then they'll just like kind of stick with that. But I did that for a while too, and I got really burnt out because I was just like, this is how I make art. This is how I always make art. Stick with it. It works. You get burnt out, and it doesn't feel right or whatever. So seeing you experiment with your style, try different like painterly approaches, like just, yeah, we're so young. Like, why solidify yourself right now, you know? So I really appreciate that about your work.
Yeah. There was actually a guy that reached out in DMs a while back, and he was just critiquing my work. And one thing he said was, he looks at me as more of an illustrator rather than an artist. And that got me thinking. So I started to experiment more.
Well, how did that make you feel?
In the moment, I was like, damn, bro, like this is like everything that I'm feeling, I'm just putting down. I'm not trying to be put into a box or anything, illustrator, artist. I'm just me. I don't really care. But then I was like, you know what?
Well, isn't an illustrator an artist?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Bro, leave me alone. What's wrong with you?
But yeah, who's this dude? Why is he DMing you?
I'll pull up. Don't bother my homie.
Yeah, but because of that guy, I changed my art, and I'm much happier now because I do look at my art, and I see more of me, whereas previously, I saw more of what I wanted other people to see as me. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it can be really weird creating art with the audience in mind. Mm-hmm. Sometimes that can really impede my work, where it's like, oh, I don't want to do this because maybe the audience won't see it. And then, I'm just censoring myself for Twitter people, right?
Yeah.
Do you think showing your face to the world has helped?
I think so. I think 100% it allows people to connect on a different level. I'm no longer just a voice in the corner that comes out and scares everyone. It's just nice. I think I'm quite expressive with my hands and my face. So it helps a lot when I'm explaining things.
Right.
And just, I don't know, something about being able to see everyone feels nice. It feels quite homely.
Yeah.
And
I think, sorry, keep going.
That's right. And I've lost my train of thought. I do this a lot.
I'm sorry,
Jonathan, you cut off the homie.
Bro.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
I was gonna say though, I remember a couple years ago, I was really like self-conscious to post anything but art on my Instagram. That was the only place I was posting work. And then I got really weird about that, and I was like, these people like my art, but I bet like half of them don't even know what I look like. Like that's kind of weird for me, at least. So then I started, including myself a bit more, and I found that people connected to me a bit more because they knew not just my art, they knew me. They started rooting for me, not just my art, right? And then I was looking at all my favorite artists, like Picasso. Like there's a million photos of just Picasso. It's not just his work. It's so much more than just your work. It's the person behind it. So I was like, damn, like, I don't know. Like at the time I was really like in my head and self-conscious. This was like, I don't know, maybe 3-4 years ago. Now I'm a lot better, but yeah, like kind of forced myself to put myself out there a bit more. And I think it really worked out like well. I think people connect to artists that they know more. So just having your face out there is like a great step,
Yeah, for sure. I think the reason I hid my face for so long is just because of like lack of confidence from back in the day. Like my confidence was completely knocked. Anxiety is just like through the roof. But I don't know, speaking to you guys in the Nifty group chat and just chopping it out with you guys, it's made me feel so much better. And that's why I finally decided to reveal myself.
You've come a long ways, man, because when we first started, you were anonymous. And then like not even like even hearing your voice was cool. But now like you have your face on here. I see you on Clubhouse, like you're making videos. Like you I remember for your auction piece and then the Nifty drop, or sorry, the meme drop, like you had your own video. Like that was so cool to see, like really putting yourself out there,
Yeah.
Proud of you.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I remember you guys.
Why are you copying me, man?
I'm agreeing with you.
Oh my God, man. Sorry.
That's right. Yeah. I remember Fewo reached out. I think it was like November, and we were just talking in DMs, and I was like, and Fewo said, "Oh, we should talk on Discord." And like I don't really speak to people like on Discord or anything other than my like little bubble in real life. So yeah, we set up a call, and then that call never happened. But we were so nervous, or I was so nervous just to meet Fewo and speak to Fewo.
Why didn't the call happen?
I don't know. Why didn't that call happen?
I don't know.
What was your excuse?
Now I bother you and call you all the time.
Yeah, and I'm cool with it. We chilling now. But yeah, I think I'm definitely a lot more confident now.
Yeah.
Going out and speaking to people, it's been nice.
It's beautiful to see. I think it shows in your art a lot. Do you ever like just watch art documentaries or do research on random art history?
No, not really. I tried to listen to like an audio book on art, but it was so
that sounds
mundane.
So boring.
So boring. Yeah.
Nah, bro, you gotta dude. I'm gonna give you some book recommendations. Get hella art books.
Okay. When I move, I definitely want to like physical art books. I feel like that does something to you.
They're a little bit expensive because of all the color and stuff, but I promise you, all the art books, I got books on graphic design from like the 70s, and just to have a book that you can go to is so inspiring. And hell yeah, I'm gonna send you a long ass list.
Hell yeah.
My laptop stand is just art books. This is a great one.
Ooh.
The Vitamin P series or Vitamin D for drawing. Dude, these are incredible. Like, I don't even know who that is, but it's beautiful.
Yeah, man, you need those just to look at.
Yeah, I do. I need just like a bookshelf. I'll just get a library full of art books.
Totally.
Nothing but art books. Yeah, there's this one art like podcast I listen to is the RRR podcast.
Oh my god,
it sucks. I hate honestly, that one.
It's one of my favorite things to sit down and watch. Grab my popcorn.
Oh man.
Yeah, I saw your comment the other day. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's so you know that I watched till the end.
My man, you're awesome. That's so cool to hear.
On the topic of moving out, you're moving out soon.
Yeah. Hopefully, we've been looking at places. We're getting rejected a lot, but I feel like we chose the wrong time, really, because everyone's trying to get back out now, trying to move out. Yeah, so there's just so much demand.
Dang.
But we're viewing a place on Thursday, and hopefully all goes well because that's like the perfect house on paper.
I'm so excited for you to have a dedicated room just for like working in art. Yeah,
like having my bedroom also as my workspace is like tough mentally.
Yeah, it's really good to have that separated. When my school was open and I had that studio space, having it separated, it's just, I don't know, it felt a lot more motivating. And like, if I'm going to have to trek downtown to go to school and work, I mean, you would only have to trek to your studio space, a couple rooms away, but even separating in that way, like, I don't know, something about that like helps my brain, so I'm not stuck in the same room all day.
Yeah. I definitely think because there's a lot going on in this room, like I have everything just everywhere.
Right.
Definitely like just feels like I'm in a box. I'm in one room.
Yeah.
And just working away. So hopefully I can get out, get my own space and just chill. I'll have freedom.
You talked about physically painting?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask that.
Never physically painted in my life other than when I was young. So that would be interesting.
Are you nervous? Are you excited?
I am definitely nervous because I feel like if it comes out awful, then it's like, I'm not a real artist, bro.
Look, man, it's going to be awful, but it doesn't matter. Who cares?
Yeah. I just got to get over that fear, I guess.
Yeah. And I think working with digital can help too. I know, Fewo, you were talking about this earlier, like having experience with digital, going back to painting too, like they kind of work together. So I think when you start painting, like you're going to be miles ahead because of that.
Yeah. When you paint, it'll help your digital and your digital will help your paintings. I swear. And dude, here's what you got to do. Get a big canvas, like so huge and just
bigger than me.
Dude. Yeah. And literally just paint random stuff and just have fun and learn how the brush moves, how the paint works, how it dries, put paper on there and paint over, like literally anything, because I want to see you really just break out of your shell because you're an artist. If anyone tells you you're not an artist, I don't know, you're an artist, man. You tell stories, you show your heart to the world, and that's brave of you. And I'm just so damn hyped to see you do that more so.
Thanks so much, man. It's scary, but I'm ready. I think I'm ready. And I'm just that disconnect between thoughts and canvas, I'm just gonna, whatever happens in the moment, just get it down.
Yeah.
And it will be what it will be.
Yeah, the disconnect is like an 8-inch paintbrush, but that's about it. It's instantaneous.
Yeah.
Would you ever like sculpt or try other stuff?
I think so. I think for sure. I always like exploring, developing my style, and it'd be interesting to, I don't know, work with clay like JW and see how that would affect my work. Because I found with Procreate and digital, every single brush that I use creates a different piece. So I started to use the same brushes to create the same style. Yeah.
I'm so hyped to see you experiment.
I'll be bugging you guys. Like, what paints do I get? What paintbrushes? What canvas?
JW knows everything.
I would love to help you, man. I'll help you out for sure.
Let's go.
I love it.
What's the most recent thing that inspired you lately? It can be anything.
I think Pax Drop, just because of how innovative that was, and how it makes people think, and how he's the trickster of the crypto space. He always gets people thinking, always gets people engaged, and he might not like show his face or be there like expressing himself, but I feel like the way he engages with community, he doesn't need that. Like that is his way of expressing himself. And us being a part of that, that's cool. That's such a cool feeling, just being a part of history.
Totally. Like everything he does is so thought out. And then I'm like, damn, like I gotta like step up my game because this guy's like 10 steps ahead, right?
Yeah.
Also, we were talking about like how being anonymous or not being an anonymous, you can connect with your audience more. Mm-hmm. But like, I don't know who Pac is, but he's a great example of how you don't have to be super visible and still be super engaging with an audience, right? I think like an incredible example of community there.
Yeah, for sure. Sure.
We didn't talk about your meme drop. We kind of skimmed over that, but I really enjoyed that.
Sorry, I just saw it in my head. My meme drop. Yeah, no, that was crazy.
Part of the meme family, man. Welcome.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All of us.
Yeah, I was so excited for that.
Was it, those pieces are so personal. Mm-hmm. Did it hurt to access that hurt?
Yeah, definitely. But I feel like I'm at a stage now where I just like, it doesn't affect me like it affected me back then. It's just more of a memory now, like a dark memory. Yeah, when I think back to those days, it can get me like upset, but nowhere near what it used to be. So I'm happy that I could get that down, get that out. Just everyone's got a piece of me that picked up a piece from memes, or any of my pieces really. But yeah, I don't know. It's nice because I didn't tell anyone's story behind those pieces. There's a lot in there, but you guys will never know, and that's beautiful to me.
Yeah.
How did it make you feel to show that to the whole world, even though they don't really know the main story?
Scary. Just because, I don't know, maybe just getting artistically naked, I'll use that phrase from Ashley, is one of the scariest things, just putting your thoughts out there and not knowing how they'll be received. But I've got to the point now where I don't care how people receive. I'm just doing me, and if people connect with that, then that's all I can ever ask for.
I connect.
I think
Let's go.
I think that drop went really well too because of that. And also like with a meme drop, like you're the only artist for a week or something like that. Like you're the main focus. So I think having a super personal drop like that, being the main focus, you know, you're naked in front of thousands of people, like now you're good. You can just like, I feel like that's really going to help you in the future.
Yeah, for sure. I guess it's almost like being in an arena and then you're just the only one on stage. Everyone's looking at you and you're just painting. Yeah.
One thing I really like is that you would write things or just hide random symbols.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I like having to search in art.
Yeah. I definitely, with my like latest work, I definitely want to like create different experiences from different viewpoints. So the further you're back, you know, it looks like a colorful, vibrant piece. You know, you probably instantly think, oh, that's quite a happy piece. The closer you look, you're like, oh, okay, this is getting pretty dark now. And then you look even closer, there's probably Easter eggs that I've hidden that people haven't even seen yet. And it gets really dark. Like if you go to my 250 out of 250 meme piece, I can't remember what I called it. why do I have to hide they don't? If you go to the like tape in the background, like the ribbon, in the reflection is hidden scenes in there.
Whoa. Damn. I gotta look.
Yeah.
That's fire that you remember too. Exactly. Now that you've been doing that, do you ever look at work where you wrote hella stuff and forget sometimes that you wrote a certain thing?
I've only started putting words in my work recently, I think, and that was actually because of your piece on Nifty. I can't remember what piece it was. The one with the blue background.
I don't know.
They're all blue.
Yeah, true. And I was looking around and I was like, it's just nice to explore and see these like hidden messages, and yeah, started implementing it in my work. Sadly.
Yeah, you kind of reward the viewer. You know, they stick around a bit longer, they find something, and it's not quite obvious at first too, so it's kind of rewarding too. Like, they stuck around, they looked, and they found something that someone else probably didn't, you know. I love that as well. That's actually interesting that we all do that. I think it's all very similar, although like mine is like a bit more literal. It's not like text or anything. It's like I'll hide like, I don't know, like an odious devil graffiti tag, like 14 pixels wide or something, you know, but same idea.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely feel like I've been inspired by you guys a lot recently, like our whole group. Because you just pick up things when you're around people, and it starts to show in your work.
Odious, where did the name Odious come from?
So initially I was like, oh, it'd be cool if ever this like takes off, I could do like a streetwear brand and people will be wearing Odious across their like chest or their back, and it actually means like repulsive and unpleasant, and I thought that was just kind of funny. Yeah.
Wow.
You want to do clothes?
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh. I saw the ones you were wearing. I think that might have been in one of the Nifty podcasts, or maybe just we were just talking or something. But it was sick,
dude.
I'm starting to slowly move away from my character because I don't want to be that. Don't want that to be the only thing like people look for before they know it's my work. I want them to be like, they'll see like green and pink and just think of Odious. I think that will help a lot with the future as well. Like I know, clothing. Unless I put a character on that piece, you're not going to know it's me. Whereas I can just do any sort of color palette that's similar to my work now, and hopefully it still gives that same response that, hey, that's an Odious piece.
Yeah, and especially with something like that where it's a character and it's your whole brand. If you're not attached to that character for like life, that's gonna be uncomfortable when, you know, you built your brand around this thing that you didn't mean to make your brand about, you know. So I think being careful about that is really smart.
Yeah,
I agree, and I think holding yourself to a character limits you a lot.
Yep,
because the character is a product of you. You can't really like become the character, you know.
Yeah, you're creating another layer of separation. So instead of expressing your true emotions, you're, you know, expressing it through a character, and you're filtering it through that, I guess.
Yeah, so I've got to express it through the character, and then the character's got to express it, and it might come. It's like Chinese whispers in art. Yeah.
Chinese whispers and sweets. Two new terms.
Wait, you've never heard Chinese whispers before?
No.
It's like when you say something to someone and then they don't hear you like as clearly, and then they say it to someone else, and then
like
it goes
telephone.
Yeah, telephone.
Yeah. Okay, telephone. That's what you call it. Yeah.
Dude, today I asked Odious, have you had an icy? A slushy? And what did you say?
Yeah, I still don't. I said, you mean the cold cubes? The cubes of coldness or something? I thought you were talking about ice.
Slush puppy?
Yeah, slush puppy, baby. Yeah.
Oh my god, Fewo.
What?
You there?
We lost Fewo?
You lost me. I can see you, Odious.
Oh, you can see me?
Yeah, I see you moving. I don't see JW. Hello?
What?
Oh my god.
Fewo?
Y'all can't see me?
Is this the only podcast it's happened on?
No, it happened last time.
4 times.
Oh no.
Wait, y'all can't see me?
You're frozen.
Yeah, you're frozen. You're like an icy right now.
Oh, you're moving.
Oh, we see you.
Moving?
We see you.
Now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're good.
We back. Where were we?
Slush puppies, ices.
Very important that we continue this train of thought.
Yes, it's a very important
insightful
topic. Yeah. The people want to know. What's your favorite?
I had a question.
Oh.
Should we rock, paper, scissors? Who goes first?
No, just you go.
Okay. We're all in very similar situations. Odious, I feel like I can relate to you a lot where like still living like with the family. Like how's that been trying to explain like, oh yeah, like I make NFTs now and you know, like do they think you're crazy? Are they into it? Like how's that?
I mean they've always been really supportive of me.
Nice.
They didn't really get it at first, and then they slowly started to come around to it, and now they're like collecting, like they collected stuff from our drop. They're really trying to get involved now, and
that's huge.
Support in any way they can. My sister goes on Clubhouse a lot, just listening to all the experts, the NFT experts.
When they first heard about it, were they like, what the heck? Or they got it?
No, they didn't really understand. I had to explain it over and over and over again. But after explaining it over and over and over again, they finally come around and they get it now. They still ask questions every now and then. My favorite convo is the gas prices, explaining that and how to speed things up. Yeah, that's a good one.
Do you have people from like your past or high school or something like hitting you up now?
Nah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I sort of like just like cut all of that off when I was like working on my freelance. I didn't really go out much. I was just focused on my brand, trying to grow something. I was like constantly having a battle in my head. Like, do I work really hard now and have a good life in the future, or work like everyone else and just like have a, you know, like a normal life?
Right.
So I decided to make sacrifices by not going out with friends, going out with family, working on me. And yeah.
Where do you think that drive came from?
I don't know.
Do you think it's fear, or like you're scared that it wouldn't work out?
Oh no, I do know where that drive come from. It's the idea that the people that I love the most won't be around in the future. So it's like I'm sacrificing time now where I could be spending with them to ensure that I have a good life in the future, but they might not be around in the future. Or do I, you know, chill with them now, like just spend all the time I can now, basically just cherish it whilst I can. That's the sort of toss up in my head. But I'm fortunate enough to have had this fucking crazy moment in my life, and I can do both.
You're a professional artist.
That's so weird. That's so weird, bro.
Like that's so your job.
Weird. That's so weird. Man, I don't know how to respond to that.
I still have problems with that. It's like telling people what I do. I mean, now that's cool. When someone asks me like, oh, what do you do? I'm like, I'm a painter. You know, I can say that confidently, but it still blows my mind that I can do that. Like, we're so young.
Yeah. It's such a surreal feeling. Like every day I'll be doing like everyday tasks like cooking chicken or cutting up some onions, and I'll just be thinking about life, and I'll be completely out of my body, and just it's so weird.
Yeah,
it's like I'm looking at myself from a different point of view.
Odious, do you have a big dream project or just a big dream artistically for life in the future?
Just continue what I'm doing and support as many artists as I can along the way. I wouldn't be here without them, and I feel it's important to give back, even though I don't have to. I feel it's important.
Yeah.
And just being able to like, change someone's day, or like, buying one of their pieces or
someone's month, them. Man.
Yeah. Retweeting them, like paying their rent for the week. I don't know. It's such a surreal, unbelievable feeling.
Yeah. On the topic of that, you've been collecting lately.
Yeah.
You've been collecting.
Yeah. Heavy, yeah. For a while now, though.
I think I'm addicted, guys.
You just picked up, you won a nifty auction, the Fuck Render 1 of 1.
Yeah, I've wanted a piece of Fred's for a while. And it just seemed like the perfect opportunity. I spoke to Han, the creator of Crypto Cubes, back in the day. Back when the project was just like chill. Nobody really knew about it. And I don't know, something about his work and his vision. I wanted to invest in him. And as soon as I saw that Fuck Render and Crypto Cubes collab, I was like, that's the one. I'm going for it. And nobody really fought me for it. I mean, I had a bidding war, but I was expecting some big like collectors to jump in. I was willing to go the mile.
Nice.
How did it feel when you found out you won that piece?
I mean, I refreshed the page like 5 times. Like, there must be an error. This is crazy. But no, I look at that piece and I look at because I won Han's piece as well. I look at those 2 pieces every single day when I wake up. Something about the way the color change and the shift in the music on Han's piece as the people floating around the cube like switch over. Something about that just makes me feel so calm. So it feels like bliss. It's nice.
You also got a CryptoPunk, bro.
Yeah, that's a flex.
You have a CryptoPunk,
dude. Just turn off your camera and put the CryptoPunk as your header now.
What made you decide to get a CryptoPunk?
If I believe in the space, I feel like CryptoPunks are like vital to showing people that you believe in this space, and I do believe in this space. I know these punks are going to be huge in the future, so at first it was an investment idea, but I've become so attached to that 24 by 24 pixel grid that I don't think I'll ever sell it.
Wow, that's beautiful. I think you do a great job at like supporting the community and being engaged. Something about you that I really like is like, you'll hit us up at like 3 a.m. You're like, hey, look at this brand new project that just came out 2 minutes ago. It's like, I've never even heard of this, but you're like,
is that because you're always on Twitter?
True.
Yeah. I've got like 15 different TVs of everyone's feed and I'm just checking it. I'm like a hawk in the sky.
When you move, you should get digital frames to actually show off all that stuff.
100%. That is definitely on the list.
Dude, when I move, I'm doing that too. Dude,
I just bought like 3.
Which ones?
I got the mural. I think they're 19 by 24. There's also the Samsung Canvas. Yep. I wanted to get it, but because it is a TV, it's huge. And I don't have space. And so if I ever move again, which I think I will, I'm going to get that.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I definitely want to get some digital screens. It'd be so nice just waking up and not having to go on my computer and then OpenSea to look at all the art that I've got. I just lay in bed and just be like, wow, surrounded by art. That's the crazy thing about NFTs, in my opinion. Just you don't need a lot of space. You can have one screen, it's scrolling, and it's just unlimited. Whereas
I was recently talking to a physical collector, and I forgot what we were talking about, but I was like, oh, do you want a physical too? Or like, do you care about that? And he was like, honestly, I buy so much art. I don't have space. I don't want to pay for the space. I want it. And like, I just want the NFT.
Wow. And I definitely don't feel like that topic's discussed enough in NFTs. Like that's never brought up as a pro, in my opinion.
Right.
I think it should though. I definitely think it should.
Yeah, I think it's because most people don't collect art, so they do have space. But like, I don't know, I'll probably have like 6 physical paintings. Like I have one spot right there, but in my tiny little room, like that's it. Like I have no more space, right? So
yeah,
I get it. It makes total sense to me.
And like having limited space, you have to like choose like your flavor of the month, and I don't know, it feels it's like a bad taste. Putting an artist on the floor whilst this artist goes up, looking over them.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that. All right, man. I think it's been an hour, right?
Oh, snap.
Yeah, I think so.
That was quick.
Wow. That was quick.
This was a good podcast.
Yeah, I'm happy you guys brought me on.
Yeah,
Thank
last
you for
minute.
Coming on. Yeah, so last minute.
Yeah, no worries. I always got you guys.
All right, so you got Nifty drop May 4th.
May 4th. Nifty drop. There'll be a high valuable collectible there. There'll be open editions, but one thing I didn't touch on is it's going to be priced for the fans. So I want everyone to get involved.
Hell yeah!
It's going to be a raffle that's going to be a very easy entry point. This drops about the fans because I want Dave Prowse to live on forever in the metaverse, and I want fans to be a part of that.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Dang, we should have talked about the metaverse.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Well,
come back on
next time.
Bye.
You're awesome, Odious. Thank you, everyone, for listening.
Thanks so much, guys.